and explore the beauty of language with nostalgia every Tuesday at 10 to 11 in the morning.
Catch Sukaranay every Wednesday from 10 to 11 a.m. And Servicio Estudiante every first and third Thursday of the month at 10 to 11 in the morning.
Don't miss Kinetica every second and fourth Thursday of the month, 10 to 11 a.m.
Enjoy Disdak Nipay and your favorite Vespa every Monday to Friday from 11 to 12 noon. And tune in to Hugot 101, weekdays 1 to 2 p.m. except Wednesdays.
Relax with afternoon delights every Monday, Thursday, and Friday, 2 to 3 p.m.
Let's go!
And keep the beat going with the trending hits, Monday to Thursday, 4 to 5 in the afternoon.
Stay connected with the police at your service every Tuesday, 2 to 3 p.m.
Catch Tech Talk Monday to Friday, 3 to 4 p.m. And tune in to What's Up High School every Thursday, 1 to 2 in the afternoon.
Join EDUCERE every first and third Friday of the month from 4 to 5 p.m. Tune in Monday to Friday from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. via DYDC FM 104.7.
And online through our official Facebook page at VSU DYDC FM 104.7,
Your Development Campus Radio. Gusto ba nimo makatunog mga bagong butang? Aniya na ang EDUCERE, ang programang maghisgot sa pinakabagong trend sa edukasyon, mga istoryang makahatag inspirasyon, ug mga idea nga magtudlo kanimo og magtukod sa mas maayong kaugmaon. EDUCERE, matag una og ikatulo nga Biyernes sa bulan, gikan sa alas 4 hangtod sa alas 5 sa hapon. Hatod kaninyo sa VSU Faculty of Education ug ning si Bianan.
Good day, learners, educators, and listeners of Visayas State University. Welcome to EDUCERE, your educational and thought-provoking radio segment here on DYDZ 104.7, your development campus radio. This is EDUCERE.
EDUCERE is a radio segment dedicated to maximizing student learning, raising awareness on societal issues, and strengthening educator skills in teaching and shaping values.
Hello and welcome to all our avid listeners of DYDC 104.7 under the program of the Faculty of Teacher Education.
I am Ailene Albani.
I am Jessriel Pagangpang.
And this is Mildred M. Siarez, your
anchors for EDUCERE.
For the month of February 2026.
Yes, right here on EDUCERE, your educational and developmental radio segment on DYDC. Our topic for today is the normalization of corruption and the role of education.
That's right. Today's discussion aims to help students and educators understand how corruption gradually becomes accepted in society and how education plays a vital role in minimizing its effects.
When corrupt practices become normal, values such as honesty, accountability, and integrity are weakened. This not only affects governance and institutions, but also impacts education, leading to compromised learning environments, diminished trust in teachers and schools, and poor ethical guidance for students.
I agree, but before we proceed, here is a quick disclaimer. The views and examples discussed in this segment are intended to solely for educational purposes. They are not meant to accuse, single out, or malign any individual organization or institution.
So stay tuned, listeners, as we explore the challenges of normalized corruption and the role of education in fostering a society grounded in honesty, transparency, and responsibility.
Okay, maayong hapon sa atong mga ka-listeners diha, no? Maayong hapon ninyo, Jessriel. Maayong hapon, Ma'am Siarez.
Maayong hapon.
Sa tanan. So, kumusta man ang inyong adlaw karon? Bugnaw ba? Bugnaw?
Yes, medyo bugnaw-bugnaw, jud siya, no?
Stay safe and dry, everyone.
Yes. So, basig na kay gusto nga ipa-shout out, Mr. Jessriel.
Shout out ko sa akong family and friends sa Limasawa Island. Lugtungan, ma'am. I'm from Lugtungan.
Okay. Shout out also to all Southern Laiteños, labi na sa taga Tomas Opo Southern Leyte. Shout out to all social studies, labi na sa third year nga very hectic sila karon, no? Sa ilang field study. And ma'am, masig na kay gusto ipa-shout out.
Shout out to my husband, Siarez in Cebu, VSU office. Shout out also to all my first year social studies students.
Okay, so please comment now if you have greetings and questions. We are live on air at 104.7 and via an online live stream at VSU DYDZ.
Our time is 4:12 in the afternoon. Time check is brought to you by DYDC, your Development Campus Radio.
We'll be right back after these reminders.
Day, adto ta sa market mag-lunch ta. Sige, tara day. Day, daghanan ba nimo gi-order uy? Mahurot ka na nimo? Mahurot lagi ni naho. Ayaw ka balaka. Hala day, dili day ko kahurot ani. Busog na kayo ko. Ilabog ko na lang ni uy.
Higala, hinumdumi nga ginadili ang pag-usik sa pagkaon. Ang Republic Act No. 9003 o Ecological Solid Waste Management Act of 2000 o Republic Act No. 11303 o Food Waste Reduction Act nagmando sa mga katawhan nga mamahimong responsable ng konsumidor. Di kaya ang paglabay o pag-usik sa mga pagkaon nga pwede pa magkaon sa uban. Pag-usik sa pagkaon atong likayan, kuha lamang og sakto nga imong mahurot.
Ayaw pag-usik-usik og pagkaon. Kay daghana kaayo ang gigutom sa karon. Usa kita magmatnon. Kay lisod na ang panahon.
Ang maong mensahe hatod kaninyo sa BKED interns ug ning Sibiyaanan.
Alright, we're back. You're still tuned into EDUCERE, only here on DYDZ 104.7. So, Jessriel, do you believe that corruption is no longer shocking and it's familiar?
Somehow kay sa mga nahitabo karon sa society, we can say nga ang corruption is dili na shocking cause it becomes familiar na.
Yes, because I think pod no nga when corruption stops surprising us, it has already won. Do you believe that, ma'am?
Which is dili dapat. No?
Yes,
Dili
yes.
dapat mudaog ang corruption. And yet, it became very familiar because it became a common thing, especially wherever you go, whether it's sa politics, sa church even, sa school setting, classroom setting, sa organizations, everywhere you go, there is corruption.
Yes. Naatay mga mga questions and answers nga gi-respond sa atong mga students about sa
Corruption.
ilang opinions about the corruption. So the first is why do you think corruption has become normal for some people, and how can education help change this mindset? So from Sender 1, niana siya, ma'am, and Mr. Jessriel, now,
Yes.
I believe corruption has become normal because society has slowly learned to tolerate it, which is very evident in today, no? And like naandan na pod sa kadaghanan, many people demand accountability and transparency, but most remain passive and limit their actions to words only. When corruption goes unpunished, it starts to feel like something acceptable. And education plays an important role in changing this mindset by shaping values and awareness. Through education, especially like our program, which is
Social studies.
yes, that promotes civic competence. Students are taught to understand their responsibilities as citizens and to turn their ideas into actions. Do you believe that, Mr. Pagangpang?
Yes, I do believe that our program, which is the Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in Social Studies, it helps us to become more civic competent and to be more aware on what's happening in our society.
I think sakto sad ma'am no nga ni ana siya diri nga it became normal because society has slowly learned to tolerate it, which is like naanda na pod sa kadaghanan.
Oo, tungod kay naandan niya siya sa kadaghanan. Kadaghanan mo, I don't know if this is familiar sa inyo, ano niya, mo ana sila nga, ay, normal raman na, kay politician man, na jud.
Yes.
So, expected na sa society nga, once you're a politician or you're someone in power, then there would be some corruption attached to your name. Either tinuod siya or dili, pero the society itself already is slowly accepting it already. So, murag, dili na siya ikahibong,
Yeah.
Yes.
dili na siya bag-o.
And I just want to kana add sa imo giingon ba ma'am, 'di ba niin ko nga gani nga kay naanad na sila politicians kay lagi politicians sing ana sila. I think ang mga people who says that kay ang kadtong mga people nga mga somehow older than us nga mas daghan silang experiences and naagian nga ing ana nga naagian nga corruption, and they think nga tungod kay pirmi na sila, immune na sila, or risk ka ng naanad na nila,
Yes.
okay na para nila, pero it's not, di ba?
And who do you think na nagsuffer, di ba? Kisa man ang people.
Kita
So,
raman tayo.
I believe in saying that you suffer what you tolerate. Di ba?
Yes,
Exactly.
yes.
Yes. And naapa from sender number 2, ana siya nga, corruption has become normal in the Philippines. Ana siya Philippines because many people have grown up thinking it's just the way things are. So mura lagi siya naanda na. So kibali murag pare-parehara sa ilang mga answers, no? And especially when those in power get praised for doing the minimum, which is, di ba?
Bisag minimum ra ang ilang koan.
Effort.
Tataas og praise sa ubang tao.
Yes. And we've been conditioned to believe they are above us. Diba? And when really they are supposed to serve us. So education can help change this mindset by teaching people to question and demand more from leaders, promoting accountability and showing that integrity and fairness are values worth upholding. So by raising awareness and empowering individuals, education can help break this cycle of normalization and promote a culture of transparency and responsibility.
Okay, Ailene, as a social studies specializer, so man nato nga maka-raise tag awareness and empower such individuals through education para ma-break ni siya nga cycle. Unsa ka ha?
I think, ma'am, as a learner and as a student of social studies major, no, I think we should think critically about our social practices because not everything that is common is always right, diba?
Correct.
And some practices may seem normal, which is aturanggi tinatolerate kay naanad man ta, but can actually cause harm or inequality, right? So thinking critically help us understand how these practices affect people and allow us to make better and more fair decision instead of just following them without questions.
Yes, nga part sad sa ato ang challenge no as social studies specializer because this is really a big task on our shoulders to bring
Yes.
about the to stop or to break the cycle of corruption that is already being normalized around us. So, part na siya sa atong challenge nga kita sad mismo we have to live the we have to walk our talk. We have to live what we are preaching.
Yeah.
no?
Yes,
Yeah.
So that
yes, that's
people
right.
nga naminaw nato will also
Follow.
believe and follow us because di man pwede nga you are doing the different way, you're doing the other way, and yet you're saying the other way around. No?
Hypocrite na kaana, di ba, ma'am?
Exactly.
So, I think pud ma'am, 'di ba, as like imo giingon pa kanina nga everyday corruption because small acts we excuse. It's like cutting lines, fixing documents through connections, bribing for convenience. Like for example, ma'am, I think it can consider also nga cheating in school as an early form of dishonesty, right?
Yes.
Yes, because these acts, no, are often justified as diskarte or way to survive, 'di ba? But solely nga
Without
kung
you knowing nga, nahimo na siyang part sa imong system.
Yes,
Murag
yes,
routine
yes.
na siya.
Yes, because what students practice like early pa lang becomes what citizens tolerate later,
Yes.
right? So, di ba, if kung unsa imong gina-practice, kung unsa imong ginabuhat bata pa lang ka, mahimo siyang principle nimo later
Madala,
on.
madala
Right?
nimo.
So, what can you say about that, Mr. Pagangpang?
I strongly agree with what you have said, no, Ailene, nga what students practice early, it becomes what citizens tolerate later. Kay mo may gi-practice sa bata pa lang, 'di ba, ang mga bata kay mo follow sila og bisag kanang unsa nga bisag way ahanang labi na og way tarong kanang supervision, 'di ba?
Because mo magiingon lagi nga corruption as a learned behavior. Why? Because like 'di ba, children observe adults and more than they listen to lectures. Like for example, if no one questions, so corruption becomes a social norm. Kay kung unsay nakita sa bata mo say sundon sa bata, di ba?
Actually, there was this saying also nga, corruption starts at home.
Yes.
So how? So, for example, gisugo ang bata og palit dito sa market. Unya, dili mo sugot ang bata, gihatagan og something. Imuha na ang sukli, or you have this 10 pesos or 20 pesos. So, nabutang na sa mind sa bata nga, I'm not going to do something not unless na ay kapalit.
Yes,
Or automatic na ang bata nga, ang sukli, kuhaan na niyang 20 pesos. Kay, na-adyo dapat ang kapalit. Kay nabutang na sa iyang mind. No?
Yes.
So, it's a practice as well nga, careful ta, nga basig na ana na sa atua or na practice na nato nga kinahanglan din nato i-lessen or eradicate totally.
Oh, and I think mura siya nahimo na sang tradition. Para na ako kay mostly inga na jud ang buhaton sa atong
Yes,
parents.
ganang mga bata bitaw nga
Bisag
kanang-
ako sa una pero dili man sa like kuan bisag ako sa una ana nga palit dito kuan ka imo na nasukli, di ba?
Oo.
Then magpasugo sad ta kay na may sukli of course.
Unsa usahay pod kay mangupit dritso nga kaning naisukli.
Pero feeling na ko nakasuwala.
Dili mamuoy daghom siyang pa.
So yeah.
Nakita ra ka, no?
Oo.
So
Hiling
dili
beta
man ta
mag-observe,
dili man ta
social
maka
studies major.
dili man ta makapugo sa parenting style sa isa ka ginikanan
Yes.
pero it's not
Pero
right.
kuan
I
na
don't
sad siya
think
kanang
so.
dapat i-kuan na nato i-evaluate kung basig mauna siya naka-cause nganong daghan.
Yes.
Na
Yes.
na normalize na sad, no? So
Mutuosad ko nga everything starts at home.
Yes.
Sabay jud magsugod.
of course, because it's the basic unit of
society.
society. Diha jud
Yes.
nag-start ang tanan kinsa may walay pamilya, kinsa may walay panimalay, no? So tanan natong values, tanan natong na-acquired nga mga kanang pamatasan, gikan jud na siya sa balay. Yes, na impact ang environment, probably na affected ka sa kanang attitude sa imong peers, pero of course ang mo trim down ana should start from home. Kung
Yes.
grounded kataan foundation wise, then
Yes.
dili siya mo gamot, di ba?
Yes.
Dili siya mo spread.
That's why napaka-importante ang education.
Education.
Right,
That's
because
the reason why our first teachers are our parents.
yes. And that is the reason also that the role of education is beyond academics. Why is it ka, Mr. Pagangpang?
Kay, di ba, we all know that ang schools kay it often focus on grades,
Theories.
compliance, and passing theories. Aside from that, it kanang goes beyond academics. It goes beyond the four walls of the classroom. Kay diha man ta maka-learn og how to do it right, how to act right, and how to spread kanang rightful actions. Kay di ba if maka-learn ta I have noticed kay di ba nang eskwela man jud ta sa school aside sa family or sa home nato, we can learn also sa school, di ba, kay namatay parents to guide, ay kanang teachers rather, to guide us sa atong pag-eskwela. Aside from that, kay we can also, di ba, we can also touch the kanang hearts of the
Yes.
students.
Yes.
So, if ang teachers pod kay kamao mo dala sa estudyante, then everything will follow pod.
Yes, because education should form character, not just credentials, right?
Exactly.
So, mo na siya no nga very important jud ang education. Why? Because diri ta ma-open up, no? Diri mo open sa atong mga eyes nga there is something wrong in our society. There is something wrong in our community. And this education help us and teach us kung unsa kay angay natong buhaton. Unsa kahay makalid nga mas maayo pa ang atong society, which is mo engage no as a student, like mo engage ta in civic and school organizations inga na like parehas kita, di ba, naka school organizations man sad ka before, Mr. Pagangpang,
Yes.
which is the student councils, the clubs, the volunteers, inga na ba nga which is the training grounds for ethical leadership, which makalead to transparently kay diri na musulod nga diri ta maka-learn nga ingani di ay sa organization, diri ta maka-learn nga ingani di ang mga panghitabo, which is daay mga temptations to corrupt, di ba? Pero if you have this in mind or nasa imong principle nga it is not right, it is not ethical, so dili jud na nimo angay buhaton.
Okay.
Right? So kami from first year pa lang, ma'am, kay gitinatudloan na lang jud mi ni gitudloan namin ni Sir J Daan nga mas civic competent, not just civic competent itself, but dapat amo jud na siyang something solely jud nga dapat holistic jud
Yeah.
siya.
Okay,
nga-
shout out to Sir Jay Gonzalez.
Yes, shout
Muna,
out, sir.
that's one of what I love about social science or social studies and other allied fields kay, di ba, giingon ni Ailene ganiha, ma'am, nga first year pa lang gi-train na me to be a civic competent. Di ba, if we become civic competent kay diha na masud ang atong active participation sa society, sa bisag
Yes.
asa, basta kay bawta nga sakto, di ba?
So, ganina, nangutana ko nimo ay,
yes,
ingon ko
ma'am.
nga, as a social studies specializer, unsa may ato mabuhat. And then you mentioned about critical thinking, to be a critical thinker. So, how or why critical thinking matters in fighting corruption?
I think critical thinking it's like educate yourself beyond requirements. It's like kanang, di ba, kay as a student, you need to use your critical thinking. So like mo read kag about corruption cases, mga ethics, mga government issues, and I know nga dili raman sad na I think it's very evident na sad labi na kay natay social media. And social media is very mo jud ni pinaka main nga nung makakuha tag information fast.
Pero careful lang sad ha. You
Yes.
have to fact check.
Yes, because misinformation.
Not everything found in social media is correct or reliable, no? So, when we do critical thinking, then we are able to identify what is obedience per se and blind obedience to the corrupt practices nga atong makita around. So, critical thinking encourages us to question authority and systems.
Yes.
When the student asks why, ngano man ma'am, ngano
Yes,
man.
yes.
O, no? Dili lang kay magsirag tando.
Yeah.
Even in the future nga naa niya na mo'y boss, na niya mo sa school,
Sa field.
unsay pangsulti sa principal, not at all times nga inyo na lang sundod, blind obedience.
Yes, yes.
Sometimes you really need to critically think, maayo ba? Makaayo ba ni sa kataghanan sa mga estudyante? Muna ni ba jud ang pagpa-raise ako? Sometimes we have to question as well, no? We have to mirror and reflect kung mao ba ni ang values nga gitudlo sa akong parents,
Yes.
mao ba ni gisulti sa amo ang principal, di ba?
Yes, ma'am. Because, ma'am, I think pod no nga, an informed student is harder to deceive and manipulate.
Exactly.
Diba?
Yeah.
So kung naa kay kaalam, kung kahibaw ka nga dili na sakto, dili jud ka ma-deceive ug manipulate og dali-dali. Right?
Hadlok ba ang mga corrupt officials sa mga informed citizens, sa mga
Yeah.
thinking citizen?
Yeah. Because
Questioning mind is always a thinking mind.
Yes,
If you
yes,
question,
yes.
then you're thinking.
yes, kay mo na ilang gikinahadlokan ron nga daghan ng mga students nga aware.
Yeah.
Daghan ng students nga kanang mo deal with this and mo speak out jud about this one. So hadlok sila, 'di ba? Hadlok sila tungod kay they are not easy to deceive na and to manipulate, unlike sa ato pang mga older nga mga traditions, older nga mga generations. They are easy to manipulate and deceive.
Oo.
Diba? So, mo na siya, no, Mr. Pagangpang. Do you believe, Mr. Pagangpang, na teachers as moral and civic role models?
Yes. Sukad pa na sa una, taas jud kog respeto og tan-aw sa akong ay sa mga teachers kay I grew up with my cousin who was already a teacher na and she taught me a lot of things. She also made me realize that teaching is not just teaching. Teachers kanang teachers kay dili ra sila ga-teach og values and such, they also demonstrate them. Shout out po ko sang advisor pag grade 12, Ma'am Grace.
Yeah, makaingon sad ko, ma'am, no, kay during sad sa akong senior high school, karabitang, di ba, social science humes man mi, maka-inspire ka if ang isa ka teacher kay dedicated and ma-inspire sad ka nga ganahan ka nga mapareha sad niya. Like, bag something, mo nang nagkuha po kong ingani tungod kay na-inspire ko sa akong teacher before, nga grabe ka, ang iyang wisdom bitaw, grabe siya, like, good, right, and murag something pud usa siya sa tao nga ni speak out kung unsay sakto, kung unsay right. Yes.
Kanang mo stand on his grounds, good, no?
Yes.
Nga dili lang madali-dali og sway sa unsay kadaghanan. Balag siya na lang ang nagbarog. Balag siya na lang ang ni-stand ang prinsipyo, di ba?
Yes.
So, kana sila nga mga teachers, maudio na siya. That is supposed to be the essence of being a teacher, to become a moral and civic role models.
Yes.
Mao ta ko dingon, no? Nga, you have to walk your talk, you have to live the virtues nga imong sulti sa mga students. Kay it would be too ironic kung mao ni imong gisulti and yet you're doing differently.
Yeah.
So as teachers,
Hypocrisy na.
yes, hypocrisy. We have to live what we are saying to the students. What we're teaching to the students. That is remember nga, ang mga teachers, very influential.
Yes.
Very influential ang mga teachers that to the point nga mas mutuo ang mga estudyante sa mga teachers compare sa mga parents. Do you believe in that?
Yes. So, time check namin. Unsa na takay time check ron? So, time check, it's already 4:34 p.m. So, okay pa ba ta diha, mga suking tigpaminaw, mga VSU listeners? Okay pa ba?
Comment in the FB Live for
Yes, for more, like, unsa inyo i-comment diha, comment for more updates.
and greetings.
Yes, so reminders, no? Quick reminders that corruption is
So, reminder sa DWDC. We'll be back.
Sige, we'll be back after a few reminders.
yes.
Uy, Mare, unsa may nahitabuan ning imong gulayan? Hastang kaniwang ba ani og mugbo pag yun ang ilang tubo?
Mao gyud Mare, ambot ani nila oy. Gisprehan naman unta nako ni sila og pesticides.
Aw, mao di ay Mare. Ang imong pesticides mao hinungdan sa pagkawala sa mga essential nutrients nga anaa sa yuta nga kinahanglan pag-ayo sa imong mga gulay nga tanom.
Unya, unsa pa maipikto ani sa yuta Mare?
Ingon tong eksperto Mare, nga motaas ang acidity sa yuta. Rason nga dili mo maayo ang tubo sa atong mga tanom. Ug mawala ang organismo nga anaa sa yuta sama sa soil microbes nga makahatag pagpaanindot sa kalidad sa imong yuta.
Dili di ito maayo ang pag-spray og chemical sa tanom. Unsay angay na kung buhaton Mare?
Konsultahan na lang ang agricultural technician o AT sa munisipyo.
Yuta, ang usa ka bililhong butang sa kalibutan. Busa, amumahon nato kini.
This friendly reminder is brought to you by the Philippine Federation of Rural Broadcasters, PFRB, in partnership with the Climate Change, Agriculture and Food Security, CCAFS, Philippine Agricultural Journalists, PAJ, Department of Agriculture, and this station.
Hagoy, kadaghan ba ning mga basura oy? Daghan na gani ning mga layang dahon? Naapag yun mga puto sa chicherya? Asa na pud kahani na ako ilabog nga puno naman ang compost pit sa amo purok? Ako na lang din isunugon.
Nilya, ikaw man din ang nagsunog diha.
Oo, Madi. Kay arang daghanan na sa basura. Wala man tay laing kalabugan, maugisunog na lang nako.
Kahibaw ba ka? Nga makadaot ang pagsunog sa mga basura, labi na ang mga plastik? Matod sa mga eksperto, ang pagsunog sa basura makadaot sa atong kinaiyahan, kay makadugang kini sa polusyon sa hangin. Dili lang kana, makadaot usab kini sa atong panglawas.
Mao ba di ay, Madi?
Maugyod, Nilya. Dili lang kana ha, magunahuna sadta sa atong mga silingan. Kay basin nay asmahon, musamot na hinuon.
Mausad no? Sige, Madi. Salamat sa impormasyon. Dili na ko magsunog og otro, kay daghan man di ay maapektuhan ni ini.
Kini hatod kaninyo sa DC 145 class sa Community Broadcasting Students sa VSU.
All right, we're back. You're still tuned into EDUCERE, only here on DYDZ 104.7. Before we continue, we would like to extend our warm greetings this Friday afternoon to the Dean of the Faculty of Teacher Education, Dr. Leo A. Mamulo.
A special greeting also goes to the head of the Department of Secondary Education, Dr. Christy Desades.
And of course, we acknowledge the head of the Department of Early Childhood Education, Dr. Rosario P. Avila.
Our greetings also to the principal of VSU Laboratory High School, Mr. Raymar Oria.
Likewise, we extend our warm regards to the Director of the Institute of Human Kinetics, Dr. Charis B. Limbo Rivera.
And to all the faculty members and staff of the Faculty of Teacher Education here in VSU Main Campus. Good day and rainy day to all of you.
We would like to greet all the birthday celebrators for this month, February, including me, Char.
Happy birthday, Jessriel!
And also, Miss Sophia Hipolito.
Yeah.
And
Miss
Sophia,
Layan,
happy birthday.
Yes.
We are wishing you a very happy birthday and a year filled of joy.
So, i-greet, basig na mo yung mga kailang mag-birthday karong February. Yes. So, I would like also to greet my best friend nga naa sa College of Maasin, AB Polsay. Birthday niya karong February 21.
Si Tim?
Yes, si Tim.
Happy birthday.
Tim Edward.
Happy birthday.
Yes.
Happy birthday, Tim.
Yes. Okay, so thank you for tuning in and we hope you continue to enjoy EDUCERE right here on DYDC 104.7. So, karon, balik na ta. Mamalik na ta sa atong topic. So, Mr. Pagangpang, do you think there is a limit of education and why is it still matters?
Yes.
Yes.
The limits of education, we all know nga, di ba nga, kaya ang education or atong curriculum itself there is sa Philippines has a lot of limitations and with that being said, nagmatter gihapon na siya karon kay education alone cannot erase corruption.
Yes.
But kanang, di ba, ang education alone cannot erase corruption kay if dili pod matarong nato og kanang implement or something si tawag ana implement ang or for example ato ibutang ang curriculum kay di ba dili siya mo thrive.
Yeah.
Mao nang very important ang values integration. Mao nang gi-apply na siya sa among OBE syllabus.
Sa high
values
school.
Integration, sa whole university. Nga naa values integration per topic, per lesson. Nga naman, kay education alone cannot erase corruption, but we are always looking into how the values thrive from the foundational years of a child up to the time being, no? Kay corruption easily thrives. Mao dyan na siya. Pas kay na siya mo gamot, mo gaway-gaway. So, education alone, pasagdan lang nimo education, di na siya. Pero, you also have to work on the values formation. No?
That's why, ma'am, akong i-correlate sa katong critical thinking. Nga,
sige.
use
Correlation.
education to think critically, not blindly obey. Which is, like, do not accept ganito na talaga, ingani raman ni as an answer.
Mao dyan niya mong gi-practice
So,
dire.
muna siyang ask why kanang kinsay maka-benefits kung og kinsay maapektuhan. 'Di ba? Because critical thinking is a student's strongest defense against corruption.
Exactly.
Right? No, so muna siya nga if kahibaw ka nga nanay something wrong within your society, choose accountability over convenience. Because bisan pagkagamay o gamay ra siya nga kanang wrong, but it can affect or it can impact biya nga dako siya affect bisag gamay lang na siya nga wrongdoings kay dako na siya
Kay diin man nagsugod ang dako, gikan man sa gamay nga na-pile
yes
up,
yes,
right?
'di ba? So like kung kahibaw ta nga kanang natay experience mo nga nay mga wrongdoings or dili maayo, so report wrongdoing through proper channels when necessary. And like for example, mo support kas friends, that does not mean tolerating dishonesty, di ba? Mao minsan na kanang mo tolerate of dishonesty sa friends, which
Friendship lang daan para dili ma-friendship over, i-tolerate na lang, no?
yes.
If you're a true friend, then you're not going to do that.
Yes.
No, friends are supposed to be mirrors of your kapwa friend. So, meaning kung naa siya ibabati nga nabuhat, you have to be the one to tell right to her face nga wrong niya siya, ayaw niya siya buhata.
Yes.
No, rather
yes.
than tolerating.
Yes, because true solidarity ma'am protects what is right. And naatay comment diri no nga as a future educator, I believe the culture of corruption must be addressed holistically. Well, social studies majors indeed Seymour. From Mr. Jujen Pagal, Kalingasyon, sa among senior.
Shout out, Jujen!
Wala, Seymour. Halit kataas ba? So, while social studies major indeed play a crucial role in this advocacy. So the responsibility should not rest on one discipline alone. Yes, and we must also encourage our fellow educators from other fields to actively participate in this campaign by integrating critical thinking and ethical reasoning across subjects such as English, mathematics, science, and other students can
Muna
learn
kung
to
dingon nga
question.
naana siyang values integration throughout the OBE discipline. All the subjects nga nangayog syllabus na dyan na siyang values integration.
So,
Okay, it is not solely the work of a social studies specializer.
yes, so yes, very nindot ang say diri ni Mr. Jojeno nga as educators we should work hand in hand because across disciplines to cultivate integrity, accountability, and social responsibility among learners, thereby strengthening our collective fight against corruption. Do you believe that, Mr. Pagangpang?
Yes, kasi Kuya Jujan ang istorya. That is correct.
Bitaw, thank you so much for your comment,
Ang amo
Kuya
radyo
Jujen.
masulti dyan, I agree.
Yes,
we agree.
Yes.
Yes, sakto.
Shout out dahil ni Kenneth Aviso nga nag-watch karon.
Sakto tong iyang giingon no, we should work hand in hand because kung isa ra ka mura guna siya kung na-adjust something like kitahay kung isa ra ka nga maga-work possible nga dili ma-achieve ang inyong goal.
Possible nga dili ma-achieve ang
Yes.
goal, pero it doesn't stop you there nga ay ako raman usa dili na lang ako
Yes,
work.
yes.
You will be joining, no? It's just like the saying you may be good but you are part of the bad because you do nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, kana nga concepts. So, ma'am, kaning giingon nga diskarte culture ba?
Oh.
Like do you believe nga kanang success is often linked to shortcuts rather than honesty, or like education must redefine success as ethical achievement? Like kitahay, teaching that doing right is not being
Naive.
kitahay, kana laging pag-cheat sa school, ma'am. Di ba mo ana sila nga discarte to survive. Pero what can you say about that kanang Mr. Pagangpang?
I think if I'm not wrong, So, I think if I'm not wrong sa kanang topic, I think mo na masulod na siya sa cultural normalization nga kay if ang corruption is seen as diskarte or kalakaran or just how things work, di ba ma'am? Education struggles against years of social conditioning. So, murag ma-under siya sa kanang cultural normalization.
So that's why we need to practice integrity in small things.
In small things.
Why? Because corruption starts small also. And like for example, mo refuse tag cheating. Plagiarism.
Gataga na kaugkuan, gataga na kanang kudigo, pero what yun nimo dawata?
Yeah.
That is already a small act of integrity, right?
Yes, because what we call diskarte, makaharm jud na siya. Labi na og fairness sa atong mga classmate kay
nga nagtuon.
Yes,
walay
jud.
tugpa, no?
Tinuod ma'am, because I believe nga when honesty becomes a habit, especially in school, it becomes a principle in life.
Exactly.
Yeah. So shout out
sa itong mga topic karon.
Ganahan kay ko. So shout out to Mr. Gmar Abayhon.
Hi, Gmar.
Yes.
Hi, Gmar.
Shout out to Mr. Christian A. Sudario. Okay.
Shout out, sir.
Shout out to Ma'am Eunice and Sir J. Bansales.
So, wala na may topic?
Okay, time check. It's already 4:47 p.m. and we will be back, no? Right here in DYDC 104.7.
Nan, mga tutag beach ron kay nindot ang sunset.
Sige, Win. Magdala tag snacks.
Sige ba?
Uy, kanong imo man ang gilabay yung basura dira sa dagat? Kabalo ka ba nga maaana siya pagkaon sa mga isda ug makapatay sad na siya sa mga coral reefs?
Mao balan? Sige, sugod ka ron, dili na ko maglabay og basura sa dagat.
Throwing garbage in VSU's marine sanctuary is strictly prohibited and has a corresponding penalty. VSU's marine sanctuary is an undisturbed area which serves as a breeding and feeding ground for both migratory and stationary fishes.
Marine sanctuary, ayaw og labayi, kay kini ang puyanan sa isda. Ug dili kini basurahan, mga basurang makaguba sa kadagatan ta. Ug luoy ang mga isda, sanglit coral reefs, ampingan ta.
Dagat, dili labayanan, busa ato kining protektahan.
A message of concern from DevCom 122 class, DEXO, and this station.
All right, we're back. You're still tuned into EDUCERE, only here on DYDC 104.7. So, Mr. Pagangpang, unsa kay imong mga nakuha ba nga pick or na learn about sa atong topic karon?
So, di ba kay atong topic kay corruption, the role of education sa corruption.
Yes.
So, ako na learn kay ang sa atong mga pag-share karon sa atong mga insights kay ang education is necessary but not sufficient. Kay, di ba, we all kanang daghan pay kanang need or kanang kauban sa education para mas ma-achieve nato ang why corruption sa atong society. So to truly reduce corruption, it must work alongside with strong laws, fair enforcement, transparent institutions, and a culture that protects people who choose honesty.
Okay, how about you, ma'am?
Critical thinking.
Yes.
Critical thinking grounded on values formation from the time nga nataw ta, no? Sometimes magod ako na-observe no sa mga students, labi na sa mga high school nga they were raised properly and yet kung stay na sila dorm and then they are surrounded with different friends, The next thing, may bawaan silang parents, iniguli nila sa balay, daghan na kayo sila mga bad words nga na learn. Ang na, something like that. No? Kanang, yes, peers have great influence in us, and yet, we should always be grounded kung sa tao, sa to gitudlo nato sa una. Sa to teaching sa atong parents, no? So, mao na siya. Critically think, sakto ba, dili, makaayo ba, or makadaot?
Yes.
In the long run, in the short term, or in the long term?
Okay. So, holistically speaking, no, para nako or as a student, we may not change the system overnight, right?
Exactly.
But we can refuse to become part of the problem.
Yeah.
Diba? So, by choosing integrity, choosing what is right, to know what is wrong. So, every day, so we challenge the idea that corruption is normal. So, kanang pagkahibaw pa lang nato, bisag small thing, nga kahibaw taon say right, gi-challenge na nato ang mga, ang mga corrupt officials. Kay, mo lagi, ang giingon pa nato, nga, everything starts small. Diba? So, right.
Shout out sa akong mga anak, si Sean Kyle, si Rainy Kirsten, and si Frances Marian, nga naa sa balay karon kay Porting Tugnawa. Shout out also to Ma'am Ging, Miss Cherry Rose Saboroso, na naminaw karon.
Okay. Nakaiba shout out, ma'am?
Wala, Rogi. Mingaw akong mama.
Uy,
Moli ko sa limasawa ugma.
Si Mama.
Dugay na kuha kauli.
Shout out sa Tagalimasawa tanan.
Shout out also sa akong mama. Gimingaw na ko sa akong mga iru. Gimingaw na ko. So that's right, ma'am, no? And that wraps up our discussion for today on the normalization of corruption and the role of education.
We hope that our conversation has helped everyone understand how corruption can slowly become accepted and how education can play a vital role in minimizing its effects.
Remember, when values like honesty, accountability, and integrity are weakened, it doesn't just affect governance. It also impacts learning, environments, and the quality of education itself.
So we encourage our listeners to continue reflecting on the role of education in promoting ethical behavior and responsible citizenship.
And don't forget, your actions, big or small, can contribute to shaping a society that values honesty, transparency, and integrity.
On behalf of our station manager, Dr. Cristina Gabrilio, and engineer Sean Villagonzalo, this is Mildred M. Siarez, hangtod sa sunod natong panag-uban.
I am Ailene Albani.
And Jessriel S. Pagangpang.
Always remember, education shapes conscience, and conscience shapes society.
This has been EDUCERE right here in DYDZ 104.7. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time. Stay inspired and keep learning. Stay dry and stay safe.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much for watching.
Ako si Dr. Santiago T. Peña Jr., Vice President for Research, Extension, and Innovation. Para nako, DYDC FM gyud ko. Ikaw sabha, Radyo Kalambuan gyud na.
This is DYDC FM 104.7, your development campus radio. Broadcasting from the beautiful campus of the Visayas State University, Visca Paipay City, Leyte, Philippines.
PSU Radio, DYDC.
Uy, Marie, unsa man imong gibitbit?
Ada, ako ni dadon diri sa suba.
Kay nga naman,
Ako ni ipaanod ang mga basura sa suba, Mari. Kay dili naman ko makadaob sa amo mga basura kay perti namang uwana.
kahibalo ka ba? Matod sa mga eksperto, ang paglabo og basura sa suba, ingon man sa dagat, makadaot sa mga mananap nga nagpuyo ni ini. Kay kining mga basura sama sa mga plastik, maaan kining pagkaon sa mga isda o guban pang buhing matang sa tubig. O kining mga plastik, adunay mga toxic chemicals ug kun mukaon kita ning maong mga isda, murag nabutang nausab nga atong gikaon ang mga toxic chemicals nga makadaot sa atong panglawas.
Di ay ba? Kadelikado ba di ay ani sa atong panglawas, Silya? Hala, uy, suka di ay karon, dili na